Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Inept General bringing you a Total War Warhammer Legendary Lord lore video, and today we are going to be focusing on the captain of the White Lions, Korhil. Now, most of this video is actually taken from a video I've done previously looking at the missing legendary lords from the High Elf faction, so if you've seen that video, feel free to give this one a miss, but if you haven't seen that one, do just sit back and enjoy. Now, Korhil began his life as a Creation hunter. We presume he's Creation, although the sources directly saying he always was are a little bit sparse, but he's described in sentences along with other Creation hunters towards the beginning of his story. He was already a young, strong warrior stroke hunter. He thought, perhaps in young arrogance, that he could do something that had seemed impossible. There had been rumors of a tale of a mighty Creation lion that had been afflicted by the touch of chaos and had mutated into a monstrous beast that's already said to have claimed the lives of many other Creation hunters who have gone missing in recent times. So this young, strong Creation hunter, Korhil, is like, alright, I think I can do this, and sets off into the wilderness undaunted to find this beast. Now, he came across the animals in the mountains of Krace, its lair surrounded by the corpses of other hunters, of elven victims, bones laid around the opening of a small cave, as suddenly the beast erupted from within, charging straight at Korhil, mad with bloodlust. Korhil, quick for such a big elf, dodged out the way and started raining down blows upon the beast with his axes, but the beast's skin had been so mutated and thickened, it was like striking against the hardest of armors, and after some time he realized his blows were having no effect whatsoever, so he set down his weapons and shifted strategy. Now, the way the legend plays out most commonly is that having thrown down his weapons, he started wrestling with the beast as its claws dug into his flesh, tearing at him, causing him horrible wounds, but he managed to get around the beast's neck and start to throttle it, its spasming body writhing around in Korhil's arms as it took all his strength just to keep it in place and keep his arms latched around its neck. Then, after a time, the thrashing died down and the beast fell at Korhil's feet dead. Now, later on, Korhil would tell perhaps the reality of the story a little bit differently, in that when he shifted tactics, what he decided to do was kind of strategically run away, engaging the beast, keep it interested, but pulling it further and further away from its lair until it was exhausted to the point that he could wrestle with it, and that's when he throttled it to death. But one way or the other, Korhil emerged victorious and cemented his name in the fables of Krace. Once word got round he killed this mighty beast, he was invited to join the White Lions, a unit dedicated to the protection of the Phoenix King, and themselves had a history with the Lions of Krace, using them as beasts of war or as tests of initiation to get into the White Lions. Having killed this monster of all monsters of Creation lions, they decided to award Korhil with the pelt of this massive lion that he'd killed and inducted them into their ranks. When he joined, he was actually the third youngest White Lions ever to be indoctrinated into their ranks. As he was an adolescent, really, when he'd killed this lion, he was still growing, still a growing boy, and he grew into a warrior of immense size and stature, really a veritable giant amongst elves, and his strength matched his immense size. It said he was capable of taking one of a Hydra's heads with a single swing of his axe. Such was his immense power. At this stage, it's thought because he was so strong and still had speed to boot, he decided to take up two weapons as his standard, whereas most White Lions will just wield the single double-handed axe. Korhil's immense size and strength meant he could easily wield two weapons at a time when fighting his enemies, and so became slightly known for this throughout the ranks of the White Lions. And so he went on to fight in many battles with the White Lions. By the time the year 2302 rolled around of the Imperial calendar, some 200 years before the start of the Total War Warhammer timeline, the Battle of the Familial Plains took place. Now, this was the battle where the two twins of Teclis and Tyrion rose to prominence and became the heroes, defending Ulthuan against a dark elf invasion when no others could. They really were to stand out and emerge from that battle. During the course of that battle, the captain of the White Lions was on the battlefield and fell to a dark elf general known as Urian Poisonblade. So this meant that the White Lions were without leadership. Now it seems that the White Lions actually elect their captains, and so Korhil won an overwhelming majority and became the leader of the White Lions. As the captain of the White Lions, he was awarded Cheal, the blade of the captain of the White Lions since their founding. It was a very imposing and beautifully crafted double-headed axe. Ever since that day, he has been the Phoenix King's shadow, his guardian, and his protector, going wherever the Phoenix King wanted him to be and doing his best to protect their noble king against any onslaught or attack. It wasn't long before his services were needed. In the year 2307 of the imperial calendar, a cadre of assassins led by a dark elf by the name of Gloria Darkblade had come across to Ulthuan and made it to Lefern, where the Phoenix King made his home. They made it all the way to the palace, and in fact launched an attack against the Phoenix King that was only stopped by the quick reaction of Korhil and the other White Lions in attendance, who made a wall of bodies between the assassins and the Phoenix King. The assassins could not get a thrown blade or stab blade through to the Phoenix King and were repelled away. They started to flee across the rooftops of Lefern, hotly pursued by the White Lions following them. Eventually they were all hunted down by the White Lions, and it was Korhil himself who caught up with Gloria Darkblade and with a single blow felled the nefarious dark elf assassin, saving the life of the Phoenix King, not the last time he would be called upon to perform such a duty. He takes great pride in his work and in fact has never failed and almost has a pathological need to never fail. Such is his devotion to his task. He's distinguished himself many times in battle, and another story that went down in Korhil's legend was during the battle of Tor Acha in the capital of Chrace. Now, this battle involved a huge force attacking the city, and Korhil had to face down against a huge manticore single-handed. Now, the beast descended upon Korhil, who got grievously mauled in the initial attack, but had enough strength held back that he timed a perfect swing of his powerful axe that split the beast's belly open, causing its stinking intestines to spill out over the plaza of the city, leaving Korhil victorious but badly wounded, and soon after killing the beast, he passed out himself. But so impressed was the Phoenix King at Korhil killing such an enormous beast that he rewarded him with a gemstone belt that he wears to this day. Now, over the tasks he's completed for the Phoenix King, it's also thought at some point the Phoenix King put a magical enchantment on Korhil's cloak of the mutated lion he'd fought in his younger days, causing it to give him extra magical protection, and was particularly effective against poison, perhaps looking to not repeat the death of his predecessor, who fell to a notorious dark elf by the name of Poisonblade, so maybe looking to negate that risk in the future. To be elected captain, Korhil was obviously a truly gifted fighter, with a grace and dexterity that makes the other White Lions look clumsy in comparison. When his two weapons are swinging in motion, his movements have been described as creating a silver web of destruction around himself that crashes through bone and armor alike. Along with this grace and dexterity is his unmatched strength in elfendom. Truly, he has been discussed as the strongest elf in terms of sheer physical force of all the elves in Ulthuan. But he doesn't let all this praise go to his head, as he's said to have an honest and noble demeanor, and he's made friends in many places around the Warhammer world, as the Phoenix King often tasks him with leading forces to help allies in different parts of the Warhammer world. Amongst these friends, he counts Tyrion as perhaps one of his closest. The two have a kind of friendly rivalry going on, and even Tyrion's known to have thought to himself that a duel between the two would truly be a sight to behold, and he's not 100% sure of victory himself. In terms of Korhil's rules on the tabletop, he has his 2 weapons, which count as paired weapons per the tabletop rules. He also has Cheal, which is the blade that was given to him when he became captain of the White Lions. It's a sort of enchanted blade that the captain of the White Lions always has. It's a double-headed axe, and it gives a strength bonus and killing blow on the tabletop. It could give killing blow in Total War Warhammer if he ever makes an appearance, and just maybe be a big boost to weapon strength as well. He also has the Pelt of Tyrandris. That was the name of the lion he had skinned that he beat in his youth and that was enchanted by the Phoenix King. This gave a bonus to saving throws on the tabletop for close combat and an even better bonus to saving throws against shooting. So it should give him some missile resistance and just some melee defense bonus, as well as having no ability to poison him. He'd be immune to poison effects in Total War Warhammer if they were going to translate it across accurately. And that is Korhil, the giant amongst elves, the noble warrior that he is, the protector of the Phoenix King. I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. As always, a huge thank you all for watching. Do subscribe if you want some more Total War Warhammer Legendary Lord lore. And thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Alright, guys. Bye.